That has and really dig deep and start to know what their story is.
Oh, that's excellent. That's good. So you really want to get to know them. Really is perfect. Okay. Has anyone told you first? That they wanted nothing to do with it and then they end up getting involved in your Lifeway business.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We've all probably experienced that. And I have a good example of that is I hadn't talked to a friend in over 7 years, and you guys might know him now. And I'll share his name in a second. But when I called him, he said, Linda, I know what you're calling me for. It must be another one of those things. It must be another opportunity. What do you have? And I said, no, I actually have this amazing product, this amazing patch that I want you to try. He says, look, I will use the product. I will try it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I want nothing to do with the business. And then he loved the product so much, and he had a very dramatic result with it within 8 hours. So we call him our one patch wonder.
Right.
Whoa,
And the amazing part was he's now built the business now to senior presidential director.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So that goes to show you, when anyone ever says that they don't want to do it, don't believe them.
Now that's a green light. If you get no, that means it's time to go, right? Because those people are really the no-nevers. Mike Hernandez, no-nevers are the ones you want to talk to, okay? All right, so how do you handle, how do you handle it when people give you those objections? What is a technique of, what do you use? How do you do it?
Let me just say that, did I say it was Andre Davuti? Okay, it was Andre Davuti, my great friend. And you will see him here next. I didn't mean to miss his name. I'm sorry, what was that again?
So how do you handle objections? What do
you say to them?
Yeah, what do you say to them?
You know, the biggest thing I like to do is connect with them. All of us, we should be relatable with everybody, right? We've all been through some stuff in life now. You know, we've got some grit under our belt. So we know how to share and be relatable to their stories. But I like to use the This Is It team formula, right? The feel, felt, found. You know, what do you say to them? It's so simple, right? Okay, you feel what they're feeling, right? And you go, you know something? I used to feel that way too, but here's what I found. You know, so now they know that you're not dismissing them. They know that you're not, you know, overrailing them, derailing them on their question or whatever that is. They know that you actually connect and you care, and you're giving them a better solution, and then they feel better. And they're like, okay, well, now what? I got to do this.
Wow, that's great. Really good words of wisdom, right? You want to meet them where they are, help them understand you've been there too, or relate to a story of somebody you know that had that same experience. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you
we appreciate
very
you
much.
spending time.
Connection.
You guys give it up for Linda.
Thank you guys. Love y'all.
And now we'd like to introduce out here, Vic and Di Malolo.
You guys give it up for Vic and Di.
Hey, hey.
Welcome on stage.
Deep breath. Smile and wave, right? Good, good. All right, so you guys tell us, have you ever encountered a prospect that had that didn't want to do this, that had some objections to you even talking to them about it?
All the time.
Almost everyone.
Every single one of them?
We could have quit a million times and we just never did. We knew there would be a yes around the corner. You just keep going, keep going.
And yet you're senior presidential directors, right?
We did it. We toughed it out.
Had some objections.
We toughed it out.
So how do you handle objections? So we think one of the biggest objections that we all hear is I don't have enough time. How could I add something else to my world?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say when somebody says they don't have time, I love objections. And the reason why is it opens up conversation. It gives you a reason to ask questions because you need to get to know that person before you know what the conversation. And remember, we're not trying to convince them of anything because a man convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Remember that. That's the
Good.
truth. And also, I feel like we want to give them a little bit of information. Like, we all know that you fit this business into the nooks and crannies, but they don't know that. They don't know what they don't know, right? So we want to share that with them. And I want to share a little story about this. So we were on our plane coming here to Vegas, and there was a flight attendant on the plane, and she was a Gina Merritt for sure. And you know, when you see that person, you're like, God, I want to get them into my business. She was awesome. She had that positive energy. She was friendly. She was just amazing. So I made an excuse to go to the ladies' room. And while I was waiting for the ladies' room, she was back there doing her thing. And I said, I got to tell you, I love your energy. I complimented her. And I said, you really are good at what you do. And she said, thank you. I've been doing this for 24 years, and I'm going to be retiring soon.
Wow.
And I plan on going to school for massage therapy. And I'm going to start my own thing. And, you know, my daughter rides horses, and I'm planning on working with the jockeys. And you know what I'm thinking? Woo! I really have to talk to her, right? So I said, I really would love. She said, well, what do you do? And I said, I'm with a company that has an incredible phototherapy technology. I forget what I said. It came out really good, though. And I said, and it's changing people's lives physically and financially. And she looked at me and she said, I'm interested. I said, okay. Well, at that point, I had to use the ladies' room. Somebody came out, and there were people waiting for me. A little while later, I ran back to my seat, and I said, Vic, I've got to grab some patches. So and I was at the window seat, guys. I had to keep getting, the poor people sitting next to me. I had to get up again. I had to, excuse me. I ran back, I gave her the patches, and she said, thank you. And I told her how to wear them. And I said, and the opportunity is huge, especially with what you're going to be doing. And she said, I got to ask you, I'm really busy. What kind of time? It's going to take a lot of time. And I said, how long did it take me to introduce you to this? What,
That's
2-3
right.
minutes?
That's right.
That's all it
That's
took.
right. Right there.
That's
you showed them
all it
exactly what
took.
the time
I
was.
showed you it doesn't take a lot of time.
Wow.
Oh,
That's good.
do you know what? She put her patch on. She texted me the next morning and she said, I had a sudden burst of energy. She goes, I'm really excited. I set up a call with her on Tuesday. We're doing the presentation. I'm getting her on board. And I'm going to show her that This Is It team website. To
Awesome.
onboard her. So,
Awesome. Vic, fill us in a little bit on how you deal with it.
A little 30-second quick here, but when we were introduced to this product, I told Di, look, if the Robertsons, the Hernandez, and the Merritts are in, we're in. But I don't have time. This is all you, okay? And basically, everybody, when somebody says they don't have time, it's a cry for help. Okay?
That's good.
Think about
That's
that.
good.
It's a cry for help. Because at that time, 18 months earlier, my partner stole my entire credit reporting business. I was 18 months into rebuilding my business, winning my clients back. So I sat back and I said, go ahead and do it. And then all of a sudden, I start hearing the testimonies coming. I start peeking at her back office and I see the money that's going in that account.
all of
I
a
said to
sudden, I had to share
myself,
my money.
I better take a little look at this. Mikey, I had the fire behind my back. I was too proud to admit it. I had the fire behind my back. And I started looking at the coals. And I said, I got to leverage my time better. So, I put a foot in the coals. I made a phone call. I put another foot in the coals. I made another phone call. I hopped on a Zoom. I made another call. I hopped on a Zoom. Then I went to a live event. Both feet in the coals. The coals weren't that hot anymore. our business was on fire.
That's right.
We just kept putting one foot in front of the other, one extra brand partner in the business. And as we said a month ago, we hit SPD. Everyone, the Kohl's help your goals. If you're online, type that in for me. The Kohl's help your goals.
That's
so
awesome.
in 2025, everybody rise up, put a foot in those Kohl's, and reach your goals.
Thank you guys. Thank
Give it
you
up for
guys
Vic
so
and Di.
much. We
Good
love
job,
you.
brother. Good job. You guys rock it. Give it up for Vic and Di. All right, welcome to the stage, Andre and Jackie Devaldi. Come on up.
You can go your own way.
You guys match even.
You can call me.
Looking sharp.
Welcome, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Great.
Proud to have you guys up here. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about objections and things that people say to us. So a couple questions for you guys. Do you experience prospects with objections when you're working on getting them started?
Of course, everybody does. We're going to do a play role of an
Okay.
objective.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mr.
actually,
Devuti,
that's
start.
the
Sit back.
objection is it's a crucial thing in any business if you know networking. So the problem is this, that lots of people, when they're seeing people they said no, they think that's it, it's done.
Mm.
But the no, it means that they're asking for more. There are concerns, and you need to be basically address them. So the way that we do, we're trying to bring them back to the conversation. And just we're gonna do a little bit of roll here so you guys can see it, but there's lots of things you can do. So let's say, just go ahead. Let's say I just told Jackie, I said, Jackie, you heard what I just showed you, all these great things, and let's start up.
I don't have time. I don't have
Well,
the money.
that's the best thing because you don't have time. This is good for you, right? So I'm trying to, I learned from this from my friend, Dr. Tony. He says, anybody says I don't have time, tell them this is the best time.
Yeah.
This is for you, actually, so we can make you free. So now I'm going to tell you guys these 3 magic things you're going to tell them. Okay, what's next? What
There you
else?
go.
I have to go home and talk to my husband and see if he's okay with this.
Well, it's not that she's going to go home and make the husband a salesperson, okay? That's not going to happen. And this is the 2 things that I'm going to ask you. So, Jackie, make sure when you go home, ask your husband 2 things. 1, you're going to ask him that I don't know about something that I heard, and I can make a decision for something that I don't know what it is for our future. Or you're just going to go home and tell your husband, I just got involved with this business 2 months ago, and we hit these goals, and let's go celebrate. Yes?
Of course, better
So you
answer.
can choose that one.
That's good. That's good. Does anybody ever object, not just about things about time, but tell me what they'd say when we don't have any money? I want to hear more about something like that.
We don't have money. Again, everything goes back to how you can bring them back to the conversation.
Okay.
So I'm trying to bring the person back to the conversation. It's not that they don't have the money. It's again, they're looking for the answer for their concerns.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to ask them, if money wasn't the objection for you, how can I help you with these things, with the great information that we can put you in a better place, that you will have money? Because if you don't have money right now, guess what? Next year you're broke. You don't have nothing, right? So let's make it happen right now. So let's make the right decision. So now, from money, again, maybe that person says, maybe somebody else, one of my friends, they did it before and they didn't have good, result with this. So I just changed their mind. The money is not objection anymore.
Okay.
Now is the friend, right? The money is moving away. So is the friend now. So now when you start sitting there and you give them the full information that how you need to do this business, then I believe the mostly is a fear people they have.
Yeah.
That they're coming up with, I don't have the money. And I'm going to add you something else here. So if you guys want to make little money, then just go and tell people about this opportunity. And basically, I called those people. When they said no to you, I called those people, you guys are a tour guide. You just go there, you just tell them opportunity. They said no, you go. You want to make big money? You need to learn this 10, 15 objection. You need to educate yourself. Oh, I don't have money. I don't have time. I need to talk to my husband. I need to talk to my wife. My cat is pregnant right now. My dog ran away. You know, all those things. When you learn how to respond to those objections,
Awesome.
then I guess you're in the game.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys give it
Thank
up for
you,
Andre
guys.
and
Thank
Jackie.
you,
Thank,
Thank
you
you.
guys very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate you guys.
Love it. Thank you. And finally, let's have Jason and Ty Miller come join us. Woo!
Welcome on stage, guys. Welcome on stage.
All right, so everyone's answering this pretty clear. Do you all get objections?
Yes,
Always.
we do get a couple.
I think we got that one pretty much covered, right? So, how should your attitude and posture be when handling objections? Like, tell me how you handle that.
Sure. So your attitude and your posture have to be rock solid. Like this is non-negotiable. You know, one thing that people can't take from us is our confidence and our boldness of what we have our hands on. And so if you get an objection or whether somebody decides to join you or not, that has no bearing on where you're headed, right? And so you have to believe that. And when you have that unwavering belief,
Like
Nothing's
Steve
gonna
says,
stop
they
you.
gotta see it in your eyes,
nothing's
right?
going to stop you, and it's going to help you to overcome any objection that you might get.
Very good.
Perfect. Do you have anything to add to that, Jason? No? Well,
Well, I mean,
I can see you posturing pretty good, talking to people
yeah,
about
I
it.
certainly you've got to stand strong, guys. I mean, you've got to know what you have your hands on. You've got to summon the strength that you have in you, and you've got to leave the past in the past. I mean, if you're sitting there and you're out there right now and you've done things in the past, I mean, you've got to clear the mechanism on your life heading into 2024. Know that you have a calling on your life to do something absolutely incredible in this season. And I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. I'm so grateful for everything that's brought us to this moment. When I think about that, there is nothing about your past that isn't perfect that's brought you here. And you just got to be grateful. And, you know,
That's
when
powerful.
it comes to
That's
that topic, that's all I have on my heart today.
So do you get good results by offering LifeWave as a solution to their situations?
Yeah, so we absolutely offer LifeWave as a solution when it comes to everything that's happening in the world today. And, you know, that's kind of how we came into this entire business years ago. We've been in the network marketing space since 2010. You know, we both have enjoyed that financial independence and raising our girls from the time they were 1 month to 4, all the way up, and they're now in high school. We've had that freedom, and that freedom was interrupted. So we know, and now that we've built back, and we're going to build back to 10, 20, 30 times
That's
what
right.
it's ever been, and that can only be done here. I mean, I was talking to somebody today that blows my mind on their success that at one point I couldn't even fathom. And he told me, Jason, this was just like 2 hours ago. He said, you're where we were about this time last year.
Wow.
And that is like good because I can see a year ahead
Yeah.
pretty well. And
You got a vision.
yeah, and so people need what we have, whether it's something big or whether it's to pay for their groceries, whether it's to just get caught up, you know, after everything they've experienced the last few years. So you really have to put it all out there, and you know, let people decide for themselves. But you've got to let them know about this opportunity because it's the best opportunity on the planet. For me, it's even better than the X39. I mean, that's saying a lot, right? But the opportunity comes first, guys.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so very
You
much.
guys
We
give it up for them.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so very much. Appreciate you coming up.
So lots of people handling objections every single day. But you guys, this is where the power of leaning into what you believe, leaning into what your goals are and your desires are, and knowing that no one else can take that away from you. It's your heart. It's what you have. And man, when I talk to someone, I lean in and press into what I have and how it can help them. So sometimes when we're afraid to pick up that phone, like we don't want our friends to think we're just calling and bugging them, how about shift your mindset that we're picking up the phone to call and bless them? We know what we have is a blessing, right? We're getting ready to celebrate, recognize those that have gone through so many objections, more than all of us, and yet they've hit the very top rank of elite senior presidential directors.
You guys give it up for our leaders as they come across the stage. And
Big
we're going to
round
give it
of
up for these
applause.
guys have winning at a huge level.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome these elite senior presidential directors, Kenny and Terry Beatley. Scott and Renita Brannon.
Woo! Let's go!
Matt and Kim Curtis. Carl and Kathy Firestone.
If y'all want to tuck right back here, we're going to pull you guys all back out. If you'll kind of line up right there. Just because it's going to get jammed.
Nina Garcia. Mike and Sahi Hernandez. Andy and Mandy Hosier. Kyle and Joy Kimbrough. Danny and Diane McDaniel. Rick and Carrie Robertson. Brooke Robinson. Keston Robinson. Ken and Lynn Robinson. Tyler and Kendall Weldon. Ladies and gentlemen, last and not least, the one and only, the heart and soul of this team, Steve and Gina Merritt.
Come back up here. Come join them. Come join them. Come join them. Come join them. Smile big. Smile big. Smile big.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with a thunderous round of applause, please welcome back all the elite senior presidential directors to the stage for a photo.
They give way too much time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for your elite
just
senior
run across?
presidential director. And please welcome to the This Is It stage, elite senior presidential directors Andy and Mandy Hosier.
Hi.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're ready. Let's go.
Well, here we are. We are midair in our flight from Tampa to Las Vegas. And the pilot takes his foot off the gas just a little bit. We're at 34,000 feet, I believe. And you could just feel like we're about to wrap up the flight. Well, that's about what's to happen here today with our This Is It team Rise Up virtual convention, is that we're starting to descend. And guess what happened? When we stopped and got off the flight, everybody went different directions and they grabbed their bags and they took off and they got in cars, they got in Ubers, maybe they jumped on another flight. You know, that's what's about to happen for us here in the next hour or so. So we're gonna wrap up really with a couple big takeaways, if you will, because as we prepare to disband out of here, we're going to be sent in our own different directions. I mean, most of us here in person, actually, could we get the Zoom guys?
Everybody.
Welcome back. You know, which is pretty amazing. pictures of people.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah,
Hey, Beth. Hey,
from
Faith.
all over. There's Tina. What's up, Tina? I love you. So, you know, what's amazing is that there's people from literally all over the world, and we're about to be sent out on a mission, okay? So a few things that we need to keep in mind as we wrap up or as we close out this weekend, there's a few big takeaways that can literally change everything for you. And so I'm going to take you back a little bit of our story because it started about literally 24 years ago. I was a business owner. Mandy and I, we owned small businesses. You heard some stories this weekend about entrepreneurs where the business owned me, right? There was no money left over at the end of the month, but we still had kids. We had diapers and groceries that we needed to buy, so it went on a credit card. And that was okay for a month. That was not okay for 2 months. That was dangerous at 3 months. And 12 months later, we were scared to death.
I got really good at moving credit cards around. You guys ever done that before? One credit card pays off the other, and then you're stuck.
That's right. We've intentionally mailed the water bill to the electric company to buy us a few days. You know, we've done those things. We you know, the reality is that we had to go to a pawn shop to get rid of some stuff to buy groceries. So we're sharing these stories because, you know, wherever you are, if you're in Zoom or you're here in this room, wherever you are, brighter days are ahead, but you have to know that. You have to walk that out. Now, a few years ago, 2 years ago, when LifeWave found us, we were just okay. Anybody relate to being okay? Like I had an okay job that paid me an okay paycheck, and I had an okay amount of time off every year, which is garbage, by the way. What that means is we're settling for less than. Now, the reality is, you know, we're trying to manage a few days off. Our daughter was a high school golfer, her senior year playing in the state finals. For those of you out of the country, don't worry about it. For those of you here, this is a big And about the 15th hole on day one, my daughter's coach comes along and says, hey, by the way, we got a hurricane coming tomorrow. We're going to cancel tomorrow. So here I am as a dad. I'm sitting 2 hours away from my daughter's very last high school tournament, and there's nothing I can do. And I will never in my life, I will never get a chance to go back and cheer her on like that, right? So, but because my life was okay, part of me was happy and part of me was frustrated. And when we heard about this opportunity, we went to an event, we plugged into an event. There was a few big takeaways that we got when we stepped into Steve and Gina's event. Thank God for you guys. Thank God for David Schmidt. Thank God for this opportunity and this company because it gave us hope again, okay? And so what we get a chance to go home with, what I hope you pack in your suitcase on the way home is hope. Because if you'll distribute hope, you can literally change people's lives. So I forgot to grab the clicker again. It was kind of a mad scramble backstage. But guys, if you could go to the first slide, please, because this is really a few things that when we look back, oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Ask and you shall receive.
Okay, so when we look back, what were a few things that helped us in our journey and a few things that, as we're wrapping up this weekend, can be vital for your success?
If you know the answer to the blank, put it in the chat.
There you go. So step one is you have to decide to decide. Okay? So if you're here with me, say decide to. Okay, if you guys are in the chat, decide to what? Decide. You see, many of us, we can kind of circle around in this show. This was such a great trip. This was such a speech that Kendall gave, or such a great speech that Danny and Diane did. This was so great. And we go back home and we're in the same place of indecision. And it's been said that indecision is the thief of opportunity. My friend Todd Varvel over here, not Varvel, it's Varvel. He says, one quality decision. One. You see, if you decide that this is it, this is my year, I am going to commit, I'm deciding to not sit on the fence. If you notice on the screen, a decision has come to a resolution. You know, when you have a resolution, people can't talk you out of it. If you said, hey, January 1st, that's it, I'm losing 10 pounds, you know, you're not tempted. Cookies don't matter. Ice cream doesn't matter. You have a resolution because you have resolve. Okay, so when you decide to decide, that's the beginning of everything else that begins to change.
That's right. And the Word of God tells us in Matthew 25 that what he's going to ask us, what did you do with what I gave you? So we have to use those talents and we have to steward them well. So those of you in the audience and those of you watching, your talents are necessary for the next wave of people to come here and have enormous success. Your talents and your gifts are needed here. And it's our social responsibility to share this. We all learned that. If you were at the global conference, you learned that from our Portugal friends. I mean, I was in tears the entire time they spoke, but this is our social responsibility to share. And that decision for this weekend, you don't put it all in your head. We got to move it to our heart because this is a decision of the heart. If we move this, oh, there we go. So we're going to own our journey and our success. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So you know more than anybody you're going to talk to. That's what that means. So we just got to go out in confidence. Here's something that we learned a long time ago that is really important to say. If he's giving you objections or you don't feel like you know enough, you just say, about that, but here's what I do know. And you just share your story, right? Your story is validation. Somebody else's story is validation that this works, the business works, the product works. We don't want to wait. We want to get to work right away. We want to do the work that it takes to get freedom. I want to encourage you to do this for your family. Don't wait for any help. Don't wait for anyone. We were going to do this with or without these amazing events. And you should as well. We're not waiting for the next event. We're not waiting for help. We're not waiting for someone. We are going to do this anyways. That's right. And you know what encourages me the most and makes me cry at every event is that everyone can win here. Young and old, big and small, English speaking, Portuguese speaking, Spanish speaking, German speaking, we're Polish. We're translating this in Polish and Russian. This is an incredible opportunity for you and I, but it's not going to be a secret for long. Everyone can win here. And when you get that in your heart, it should make you cry that my parents in their 70s can win here because there's 70 and 80-year-olds winning here already. Right? My son and daughter can win here because there are young people already winning here. It is an exciting place to be. Own
Very
that
true.
journey.
Very true. So, number 3, commit to the process. I love it. Sarah Robinson shared this morning. System is save yourself time, energy, and money. We have the system in place, and the system works if you work the system, right? We heard that loud and clear. The system works. The question is, were we going to go work the system? Let me explain. What does it mean to be working the system? It's eyeballs on Zoom. I love it that my friend Joe shared that earlier. He calls it real estate. I need people plugged in on real estate. So if you want to catch on fire, you got to get around the fire.
That's right.
You got to be plugged into the Zooms. There's Saturday morning trainings that are literally better than some business school classes. But you got to be on it. If you're not on it, your team's not going to be on it. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday Zoom schedule and the Zooms that take place in Spanish and around the world, these are there for the taking, but you have to decide, I'm going to make this a priority. If it's not on your calendar, it's not a priority. So put it on your calendar, take advantage of the system that's at your fingertips, and watch what happens. Watch how fast your business grows.
That's right. And the next slide is lead by example. I feel like we need to switch sides. I'm always talking to these guys over here.
Okay.
We need to lead by example. We need to win the day, right? Whatever it takes for you to set your goals and win the day. You win the day, you win the week, we get paid every week, right? We want to win the week, right? Put in the chat, I'm going to win the day, I'm going to win the week. We need to plan to take action. Why do we talk about events and trips? Because it means you're doing the work. If you earn the trip, it just means you've been working. You've done the work. It's proof, right? We need social proof to kind of gear up on social media to know that this is working and this is what works for people, and there's success stories out there. Well, this earning the trip means that you are working this at an above average level. I mean, there's people I think that already have hundreds of points. We've got to do the work, and that shows up in winning the trips, earning the trips, and just building your business. Favor follows boldness. We need to take courage. 20 seconds of courage will get you a long way. Psalm 23:6 tells us that mercy and goodness follow us. Do you want mercy and goodness to follow you? Yes or yes? Yes. Yes or yes? All right, we want mercy and goodness to follow us, so we do what is necessary to do. We want to take this message of hope and truth to the world. We want this to reach the nations. Have courage in all that you do. Remember that the Lord is your rear guard. He is always with you. He's allowing mercy and goodness to follow you always.
Amazing. All right, number 5, and this is our last point. And we happen to be standing, for those of you on virtual, we happen to be standing in Las Vegas, Nevada. This at one point in time didn't exist on the map. At one point in time, there were people that decided, I'm going to sell everything and I'm going to pack up my entire life savings in a horse and carriage, and I'm going to head west as a pioneer to find open territory. Now today, it looks much different. There's LED lights everywhere and giant, spheres and all kinds of crazy stuff here in Las Vegas. But at one point in time, there was a chance that you could go west and claim your territory. So our last takeaway is this is the moment for you to take your territory. This is the 2025 Gold Rush is Lifeway. This opportunity may be the opportunity of the year worldwide, no matter where you're dialed in from, no matter where you're listening to, even if you're listening to the replay, it doesn't matter. You're plugged into what may be the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. But we have to decide, I'm taking territory. I'm not going to delay. I'm going to go home and take action, because here's what it means to take territory. Do my friends know that I'm part of Lifewave? Do they know that I'm connected? Because I don't want to show up in August. I don't want to walk into August next level event and see a buddy of mine from high school that I did not call. That's right. I don't want to show up and see a friend of mine or a neighbor that they didn't know that I was a part of this company. So how do we take territory? It's we share our story and we write our vision on people's hearts. That's the power of you sharing your story. So if you want to take territory, if you want to be a pioneer in the Gold Rush of 2025, then we're going to be committed to sharing our story, just like Steve and Gina shared. The blueprint earlier was sharing our story with 3 to 5 people a day, every single day, so that we can take territory as the company explodes. Your opportunity and your business is going to explode too.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let's do this real quick. If you are a pioneer, we are coming to this. We're an early adopter. That's why we're getting no's and maybe some skepticism. You're an early adopter. You are a pioneer. So rise up with me. Rise up in the chat. In the chat, say, I am a pioneer. I am a pioneer. We will take territory together and win the day.
Plant the flag.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Steve and Gina.
Thank you, Steve and Gina.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the This Is It stage. Elite Senior Presidential Directors, Mike and Sahi Hernandez.
Let's go! I had no idea we were doing this. How's everybody doing? Let's go, baby! My goodness, what an amazing weekend, guys.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, everybody has torn it up this weekend. We don't even know what we've got to add now. What can we possibly add? But I know one thing, they're about to add the time of day. We're going to crank it up. Guys, yesterday we got a chance to talk about it a little bit. We got a chance to talk a little bit about mindset. Today we're going to get a little bit more technical, all right? Here's the deal. We're going to get right into it. So I hope you guys can read right fast. Oh, my God, they gave us a few more minutes. That's great. All right, so here's the deal, guys. I want everyone to have some breakthroughs, all right? Guys, I'm going to tell you, I remember like yesterday when we started this business. As a matter of fact, most people don't know this. When we started this business, the person who signed us up, who led us to Steve and Gina Merritt, never did the business, all right? Steve and Gina Merritt didn't sign us up in the first company, but they became our mentors, our leaders. The gentleman introduced us to the juice. Back then it was the juice. I was interested about the product. Next thing I know, I get introduced to a lady by the name of Gina Merritt, and I was blown away. My life has never been the same, all right? But they weren't our sponsors. But guys, they took us under their wings like they're babies, all right? So here's what I got to tell you. I remember like yesterday because, again, this has been the only thing I've really ever been successful at. And I remember sitting in these seats trying to have these breakthroughs, you know, and understand. And the attitude from the leaders is what you need to really catch. You hear about, you know, these things that are going to be thrown at you. You got to catch them. You got to be ready. But what I learned is that once you get to the level where we are, is because you've put in the work. You've done you've put in the effort, guys, and you've gotten enough no's where you just don't care. All right? You get to the point where it just doesn't faze you. All right? I've done sales before I got into LifeWave. In my earlier years, I used to sell cars. All right? And I remember when I first got started, I didn't make any money. I made a lot of friends. Everybody loved me. Everybody was like, oh my God, Mike, he's amazing. But I wasn't selling any cars. And it took me time to build the courage to look at someone and ask them this. And they'd send me to sales and training, whatever. And it took me not years, but it took me a long time to get to the point where I can sit down and look at my customers and say, excuse me, what is it going to take for me to earn your business? Oh my God, it took me, but once I got past that fear, once I did it again and again and again, it was natural. And here's the thing, it didn't bother me, the fact that not everyone's going to buy from me. It's just the way it is. So this business is the same thing. Not everyone is going to come in. No one has gotten more no's than Steve and Gina Merritt. All right? They just don't talk about the no's. We don't care about them. All right? We get no's every single day. We don't care because we know that in the path to find the yeses, there's more no's than yeses. All right? Most people just get discouraged along the no's and like, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to work. And that's where you go wrong. All right? So the first thing you need to notice is all of these leaders, they have thicker skin, but they weren't born that way. We were developed sitting in the seats where you are and where every single one of you are. Congratulations to every single one of you. We believe in you. This is your year. And guys, you started the year the right way. Say, if you are ready to change your life in 2025, say 2025. Type it right here. 2025, because 2025 is going to be the year, guys, that you rise up.
2020 thrive.
2020 thrive. I love that. All right. So guys, here's my point with this. You want to accelerate your leadership? Get to the point where you don't care. In other words, guys, you need to be bold. I don't know if any of you have dealt with any of your uplines where you have a prospect, you're excited about them. Oh my God, Mike, listen, I have this guy. This guy's amazing. And listen, I do this all the time. And they're like, hey, how you doing, John? Hey, John, how you doing? Mary tells me you're a really sharp guy. You're a sharp guy, this and that. They start talking, and they say some things where I'm like, I don't know. And I'm bold. I take jabs at them. As a matter of fact, just the other day, I was doing a launch for somebody, and this guy comes in. Hey, Larry, I know why you invited me, because I'm gonna come, man. I'm gonna crush this, and I'm gonna do this. You want to thank me now, Mike? You're gonna thank me? I said, Larry was like, yeah. That's why I called you. And I say, hey, Larry, let me just tell you something real quick. Don't get too excited. Talk is cheap. I hear this all the time. My guy's looking at me like, oh my God, no, I'm going to take jabs at you. You know why? Because I'm bold. But I'm bold because, again, I've heard it too many times, right? So here's the point, guys. You need to be bold, all right? You need to start telling people the way it is. Don't be afraid of telling people that, yes, it's an auto ship. Yes, your best investment in this business is around $2,000. Get bold. Be serious. Don't take shortcuts, all right? It's like dating, guys, all right? It's like almost like dating. So, you already know our story. I met her when she was 12. I was 15. I didn't know she was 15. That's a whole nother story. We're not going to spend another second on that. But it's like when you start dating, right? Well, it's like, I like you. Do you like me? Well, I'm going, yeah, she was 12.
Who else were you
15.
dating that you did that?
You, baby. Right? So think about this, guys. When you're dating, right? I like you. Do you like me? You go through the whole little process. Oh my God, you want to go to the movies? You want to go on a date? Oh, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? Oh, a little kiss, right? And you know what you're looking for. When you know what you're looking for and you had enough dates, you get to the point where you don't have time to spend. You don't have time to waste. You know exactly what you want. So instead of going through all that, you're like, hey, I know what I'm looking for. I want a wife. I want someone that's this. These are my values. This is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm willing to give. Is this for you? Yes or no? Because if not, we're not going to waste any time. All right? Guys, that's how you need to deal with your prospects. You get to that point. You date enough looking for the perfect woman. Guys, you get to the point where I'm not going to shortcuts. I don't have time to waste and go through all of this. I want to find out now. All right? And I don't know if you guys know a guy by the name of Charlie Kirk. But Charlie Kirk talks about, when he met his wife, he interviewed her, and he says, I told her right there, listen, I can't hire you because I want to marry you. And if I'm going to marry you, this is the kind of woman I like. In an interview, all right? And you know what? They're happily married after. You know what I'm saying, all right? So, guys, here's the deal, because at the end of the day, what are we doing, guys? We're talking to people. We're looking for lookers. We're looking for lookers, all right? So, when we talk to people, hey, are you open? Are you looking? If something excites your way, right? And you're going to either get a yes or no. We don't attach our feelings to the results, okay? If you do enough of the activity, the results will come. The problem is that people are so attached to the results, good or bad. When things are going good, don't get too attached. Don't get too emotional. I love what Kyle Kimbrough said. I will never forget that. I caught that event. He says, in a conventional business from 1 to 5 years, there's a lot of ups and downs. The thing with this industry is that it's crammed up. So your highs and lows are sometimes within a day. You have great highs and great lows. You're like, yeah, right? Guys, it's a lot of, you can't be attached to the emotions, all right? To the results. The results are the results. You got to be attached to your activities. If you do enough, it's a matter of time. It is feasible that you're not going to find 2 or 3 people within the next 1 to 3 years, 1 to 3 months, 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 3 days, depending on how aggressive you are, that are going to see this like all of the people around the world are seeing it, guys. It's just a matter of time, all right? Now, here's the thing. When I do find somebody, now we're going to get into the teaching. Here's the deal, guys. When I find someone, Javi, Olga, okay, great. I pitch them. And my pitch, guys, I'm looking for business builders. I've learned I'm a health fanatic. I'm a health freak. Not too many people are. Renee and I, Brandon's.
I'm here to back him up with the
Thank
names.
you, baby.
The Brennans.
I love you. All right. So there's not too many people like us. And most people, when they're hurting, you heard Danny say yesterday that when he was pitched, he didn't care about the health. He wasn't even hearing it until he heard the word opportunity. Do you know, I've been down and out. The reason why I take care of my health so much is because I've had to. I inherited, instead of millions of dollars, when my father died at 1 year old. When I was 1 year old, he was 40. I inherited a whole bunch of health issues. So yes, I'm naturally, looking for stuff. But guys, not everyone is. Now, most people prioritize their health when it's too late. All right. So when I was broke, I didn't care about my health as much as I did about my money, because I'm a provider. All right. And I'll go to the grave looking to do whatever it takes to provide for my family. All right. So you can't stick to the whole health thing. Get that through your heads. Many people, I was making an example the other day. I said this: if LifeWave gave to us a lotion, a little potion that you put 2-3 little drops in your hand, you rub it together, and you rub it on bald man's head or thinning like me, right? Guys, and in 2-3 minutes, their hair starts growing like chia, right? Guys, I'm not looking for bald men. I'm looking for sharp individuals that say, oh my God, if this stuff works, we bring it to market, we're gonna make billions. And they can be as hairy as gorillas. And no offense to the bald man, again, I'm going to Dubai real soon, not Dubai. Where am I going? Turkey, thank you. All right, I got the money to do it now. So anyway, my point is, I'm saying this to this lady the other day, and I used that same example. She says, oh my God, sometimes you say it and you don't catch it. I told her this, and she says, oh my God, I know somebody with alopecia. I said, did you not hear what I just said? Guys, I hope you aren't missing these nuggets today. So when I bring somebody in, because I brought them in with an opportunity conversation, Javi, I know you're a sharp guy. Javi, I know that you're the type of guy that if you see something that makes sense to you, and you see that you can make some money, you're probably going to want to know more about it. Yes or no? Same thing with my buddy Devin, Kesson, all of my leaders, right? Oh my God. Anyway, I was going to say something, but I forget it. So my point is, that's my pitch. If they come to listen, great. They sign up, beautiful. Now they're a baby. They are a brand new baby. Guys, the biggest mistake people make, they're so eager to sign up people. You bring them in and you just forget. You're just throwing them in. Guys, it's like, it's hard to find the seed. And then you just put them and you forget about it and just keep going. No, guys, you got to make sure it's well planted. Everything is set right. Keep watering it. So they're a baby. They don't know anything. It's hard for them even to hold themselves up without falling flat on their face. So the first thing you teach them is the invitation. Javi, Olga, okay, great. You fired up. They saw my presentation. Great. Javi, here's the thing I want to ask you. Well, first of all, I'm going to teach them how to invite. Javi, you're going to get on the phone and you're simply going to talk to people. You know Jay, so because what I ask is, who are the sharpest, money motivated, business savvy, entrepreneurial people you know? See what I'm asking him? I'm leading him to where he needs to look at, right? Because the list, I don't want just the whole list. I want the top 3, 4, 5 people. I want the cream of the crop. Who are the sharpest, money-motivated, business-savvy, entrepreneurial people you know? Jay? Okay, so let's get Jay on the call, all right? So all I'm teaching Javi to do is what? Invite. And when he calls Jay, hey, Jay, how you doing? Listen, I'm calling you because you're one of the sharpest people I know, Jay. You're one of the sharpest entrepreneurial people I know, and I found something big, Jay, and I figured I'm just going to share with a few people, and you're one of the first people that came to mind. I need to get 15 minutes from your time. Is tonight a good time? I have people call the day of. What are you doing on Thursday? It's Monday. What do you mean? Nobody knows what they're doing tomorrow. Most people don't even know what they're doing now, right? It's to call them for tonight. We're going to launch your business today, all right? Like Javi said, you got 72 hours. It's no time like now time, all right? So the most important thing, guys, is teach them to invite. If you don't teach them to invite, they're going to shove their foot in their mouth, right? Now, the invitation, I'm going to do a quick invitation, and I normally don't send them to the big Zoom. I planned his launch for 7 o'clock because I know usually around 8 o'clock there's another Zoom. So when I'm doing his launch, and my presentation is fun and fast. It's a quick story. I use the same presentation, but there's some slides where I go through 5, 6 of them in 2 seconds. The company is doing great, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that. I just have a few things that I really want to touch up on because this is first exposure. I'm not trying to drown the guy with information, right? So I am launching him, and I'm now looking to launch Jay, right? So 7 p.m., because now, right after that launch, I'm going to let them know. Yeah. I'm going to let them know that, hey, at 8 p.m., this is the next Zoom. So here's the deal, guys. Where's the teleprompt? My Elmo, all right? So, guys, you're only looking for 2, 3 people. That's all you're going to find. I have 3, 4 strong legs. When I say strong, it's over 100,000 to over 1 million, all right? 4 personal legs that way. But I've got a few in the hopper, like Steve says. I got another 4 or 5 in the hopper that are right scratching at 100, and they're going to do over 1 million. But when I bring somebody in, it's very important for me to find out what is it that Javi and Olga need. Javi, Olga, how much money do you guys need to change your life? What is it that you guys want out of this? Oh, your kids, this, and this, and that. Okay, great. How much is that all going to take? How much money will it take for you to reach those goals? Well, I need X amount of money. Okay, great. Well, let me show you. Guys, write this down. Auto ship. The secret of this business is auto ship. Hashtag auto ship, 2 sleeves, auto ship, all right? X39. So if it's 1,000 per week, you need 84 people. And this is residual income. I'm not even counting all of the other bonus, the fast start bonus, none of that. Residual income. 84 people on your greater side, 42 people on your lesser side, $1,000 per month. And maybe you only sponsor 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. All right? As a result of this people that came in, right? Now, you want to get to 2,000 per week, 168 on the greater side, 84 on the lesser side. And look, 3,000 per week, 4,000 per week, 5,000 per week, 10,000 per week. When people were asking earlier, how much money is it that you guys want to make? Remind me again. How much is it that you need to make? Type it in there. I saw people saying $350. Guys, we got to meet people where they are. I can't talk to them about all the kind of money we're making. When I first started this business, I was hoping to make $200 per week. That was going to change my life. All right? So that's it right there. I hope you guys got that. And how many minutes do we got, guys? Sorry. 3 minutes. Perfect, because I'm going to let my wife now speak. So this is the deal real quick. Just, don't get it's actually emotions. Guys, we're 2.5 years into it. Let me tell you something. No one's business is solid yet. No business is solid in under 5, 6, 7 years, guys. I don't care how, I look at my organization, Gina's organization, whoever organization that's been in This Is It team, as big as your tree is not a tree, it's a plant. We just got started. So have long-term vision.
You could have kept on rolling. You're going good.
All right, so
Come
listen,
on.
next level. We got, no, go ahead.
No, guys, listen. I don't want to take up too much time because I know you guys have been fed incredible. Guys, I've learned so much today. It's incredible. And you guys, and you've gotten something so special with all these leaders, with all these tips that you got today, guys. Don't take this lightly. Something I want to tell you is don't take this lightly. You made this decision. You are for a reason. You're here for a reason. You paid to be on the virtual for a reason. You're in this business for a reason. You bought patches for a reason. You're here, sitting here for a reason, guys. Don't let that go to waste. You guys have to just get that courage, be comfortable with being uncomfortable like I am right here standing with you today, guys, and don't take this lightly, guys. This is time. This gives you time. I wanted to say this every time I say this, I get into it. I start crying because it's my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. So I lost my dad it was 16 years ago. We were building this business, another business. 2006, 2008, he got really, really sick. He was in and out of the hospital. So my mom and I, we were building this business, and we had reached Black Diamond. We have reached high levels.
5 years to get to the top level.
Yes, but we were doing great, and that just gave us. So don't take this lightly, because a lot of people are going through this right now, and they don't have a way out, guys. And this just gave because of a system, because of the efforts of the team that were helping us out. I got the privilege, I got the blessing to be by my dad's side the whole time. Guys, you don't take that lightly. So come on, get up. This is easy, okay? That's hard. But we got to be with him. And guys, this is what you got to give. This is what you got in your hands, guys. This is special. This is special. Everybody said everything they have to say. Now all we have to do is get off our butts and let's go do it. Let's go do it.
And what's the most important bit? And guys, the most important way to start, listen, I didn't get this, and hopefully you get this in the next 20 seconds, and we're going to talk for it. If you want to change your life for 2025, you have one goal and one goal only. Obviously, to give it everything you've got every single day. Break through your fears, your procrastinations, and everything else. But guys, you're building for one thing in 2025, which is next level. Guys, you get as many people as you can to next level, and your business will change. And it took me 2 years sitting in that chair like you are right now to get how important it was to get my team there. Please don't be as slow as I was, all right? I'm very slow, but once I get it, all right? But it took me some time. And guys, our business blew up from making $2,500 per week to $20,000 per week in our last company. But it was because my entire focus zeroed in onto one thing. How many people? It was a daily thing. When I spoke to brand new people who came into our business, the first conversation was, listen, the most important thing in this business, Javi just told me what they want out of this business and why. So, okay, you need to make X amount of money, Javi? Okay, so let me tell you what the goal is. Your most important step is you need to sign up today to this event that's coming up in August. And it's January. You do that in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Guys, your business is going to soar. You're going to reach income levels that you can only dream of, because I know we got corporate here and we can't talk. But guys, never in a million years that I think that when we started 2 years and 4 months ago, we had zero confidence. This guy right here had no belief that I can do this again. I was 8 years out of the industry. You know why? Because I fell flat on my face several times. So I was finally done with this industry. I didn't think I had it in me that I would be able to build again, all right? But guys, never in a million years that I think that we will be at this level. We can't talk money, but I love fruits. You guys know I love fruits. Imagine getting a quarter melon every month. That's a lot of fruit to eat. If you know, when you're a little guy like me, I'm just saying. All right. So guys, don't take it lightly. You've gotten everything you need this weekend to go where you want to go. Now, the question is, are you really going to go ahead and put the fire behind your butt? I love what you said, Vic. The fire's got to be behind you guys. So listen, help me bring to the stage our friends, our family. These guys today, I love it, but it's just, unfortunate the way it is. Sometimes your friends here become closer to you than your actual family.
Yes.
Steve and Gina, married to me, are closer than any brother and sister that I have, and I do have brothers and sisters. So, guys, this couple took us under their wings, and they went through all of the steps that we told you as a baby into where we are today. So, these guys have done an amazing job. Can you please get on your feet?
Oh my gosh.
And great
Amazing.
and receive them the way they deserve it. All right. Steve and Gina Merrick, Senior Presidential Director, Elite, the best of the best in the world, baby.
Network marketing royalty right here in the house.
Wow. I'm like crying with her story.
Hello, everybody. What an event.
Hi, Superfee. I see you, Superfee. Oh my
Okay,
gosh, I
guys,
just saw Gayla Wall.
What a whole
Let's
weekend.
see, who else do I see? Oh my goodness, you guys. Tessa, I just saw you, Tessa.
Wow, guys, what? Did this go fast or what?
I want to
mean-
cry. It went too fast.
You know, my first thing on my notes was to say how proud I am of every single one of you that are here, that you never left your seat, you zoned in, you're focused to rise up in 2025 and take advantage. Give yourselves a hand, yes, please, for everyone. And to be part of this vision that we wanted to have it here because my friends, my elite friends, my SPD friends, all the speakers, we're so blessed to have people in the room to talk to. We love all the virtual people, but we did all virtual last year. Danny remembers, right? You know, and I'm not going to call him up, but maybe Matt looked like a deer in headlights when we looked out and we had nothing. There was nobody there. And we don't even know what camera we were sure we looked at. So we said, hey, what if we put some people in the room that are on fire, fired up for their dream and their kids and their family? And that's what we have. And we're so blessed that you took up the challenge to be here in Vegas to kick off 2025. And it's going to mean a ton. And I commend everyone that showed up here in person. Again, all the people on virtual as well. Now it's time to really rise up and make a difference in all of our lives. So this is a moment in time that we've been hearing from every single speaker that crossed this stage. There wasn't one thing that people could not. We don't have no presentation. We don't have no presentation. We're okay. Just set it down. Let's go. Let's go. He's going SPD. But you know what? Now it's time to implement what we've been taught this weekend. I want to just let you know that I'm so excited about what's going to happen after tonight. Okay? All right? Okay. Thanks.
Guys, we're real.
There's never a dull moment with Gina. Am I right? You want to go on the free trips with this lady because you're going to have the time of your life. Rochelle,
Yes, we are.
she's the bomb
Yes,
to
we
go on free
are.
trips with. So we're going to have a blast together. That's what this is all about. I mean, we put this together because we want our friends to be with us. And just because you're brand new and you don't know us yet, you're still our friend. You're our new friend, newest friend, and we're going to go make this happen. The more you get to know all these leaders of us, the more you're going to see that they got a passion for everyone to win and succeed. And we've got to have to all team up. You have to work. But this isn't, like Gina said, hard work. This is work that everybody can do. It's some skill sets that you have to learn, some things that you have to do just to start making it happen. But the blessing is that you can always talk about the people that went across this stage and use leverage of them to build your business. You don't have to be the one that has to be perfect, because you got someone's going to relate to no matter what. Even if you build a business, as you build a business and you build it big, everyone in your team is going to relate to somebody that was different up here, right? You know, as soon as Kendall started having all the success, all my team wants to learn from Kendall. You know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't matter. You just wave the checkered flag. Whoever you relate to, you start building it.
Shannon Varvel. She was seriously focused.
Yeah. So, and that's exciting because look at SPD, Todd's wife, seriously focused, you know, on making this happen in a big way for all of her friends, because she's one of the most passionate people about helping other friends win and succeed. And that's what you got to have on this business. You don't have to. I love what what Kendall was talking about. Hey, you just got to do it. Even if you're nervous, you still got to do it. So it's time for all of us to make our move and make it happen. Now, again, before we wrap it up, I wanted to tell everyone that I'm so excited about tonight, because those of you that are not here as a virtual, we want to like to have an experience, because Gina likes to have fun. We like to have fun with our friends. So we're going to have an experience tonight. No one even knows the private Las Vegas experience that we're going to have, because it's a world-renowned entertainer, but we're not telling nobody till we get there. So it's going to be incredible fun. So after we break out of here, everybody, you virtual, we're not going to be done. We're going to have an incredible
to dress up.
fun time. All right.
But virtual people, we're gonna miss you.
Yeah. But realistically, it's not just about training and all this work and training and how you got to do it. It's also about experience and having memories with our friends and our new friends.
Getting to know
fellowship.
each other.
And once you get to know the people that you're in business with, all of a sudden, man, I'm going to go do this because I want to spend more time with them. So that's what's going to be, that's what's exciting. And if you really understand this business, that's what I really wanted to do when we came here. So I'm so excited that we're going to be doing that tonight.
I just want to leave you with the ending here, guys. You know, Steve and I, as we're flying here, I'm prospecting the flight attendant. We're on Delta Airlines. And she said, "Is that like a pyramid?" I said, "Honey, I used to be in a pyramid because I used to be a flight attendant for Delta Airlines. No, you're in a pyramid. Come on. I said to the girl, come on, you're in a pyramid. Can you make more than the CEO? No, then it's a pyramid. Bonk. So you just got to be confident in what you say in a loving, kind way, because you don't want to leave like a bad taste with someone like, oh, that girl was a real snot, you know. You want to leave a loving, kind way. And I'm telling you, I can twist somebody from a no to a yes easily. But why? It's because I practice. Just like Kendall said, you got to get better at it. You got to get good at it. Listen to yourself. Don't be afraid to rewind. You know how you rewind? Like, gosh, I can't believe I got in a fight with my mother. You know, like when you're younger and you like replay the incident. I wasn't wrong. She was wrong. Or, you know, whatever. Replay whatever the incident was that happened and say to yourself, okay, wow, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have said this. So you just got to tweak a few things, but the more you do it, you're going to get better at it, and it's going to be natural and comfortable. And I mean, you should have seen him when we first started. I'm like, lordy, daggum, I got my hands full. I'm like literally grabbing his hand, saying, "Come on, there's a really sharp couple over here. Let's go say hi to them." And he's like, with his feet, like, you know, I'm dragging him. So come on, just be patient with your spouse. If he's not on the same level, or if you're the guy and the girl is not on this, be patient, be kind. And I told someone the other day, they said, well, you know, I just can't get my wife to do anything. You know, I said, well, kind of that's strange, because I did go to a meeting in Atlanta and I did see her come, so she's doing something. So, you know, sometimes we always pick out the thing that they don't do, but they really are doing it, you know. Oh, you did take out the trash after 10 times I asked you, but you just got to be patient. You got to be an encourager, because it really is so simple that will set your entire life free. Your children, your kids. I mean, come on. You know, my second daughter, her mother-in-law passed away and got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She died in 4 weeks and 2 days. And it was, you know, I'm very strong. I'm like, we got to check that will. We got to check that will. I'm like down my kids' door. We got to get the will. We got to get the will. We got to get the will. And my daughter, Chloe, said, Mom, maybe you shouldn't be pushing them so much. I said, it's in my blood, honey. It can't come out. No, I'm going to push you. They got the will redone. They got a beautiful house. But listen, because of this business, I was able to go in there and bless them. You know what? The cabinets are awful sticky and gummy. Rip them out. Let's get new ones. Oh, we don't like the kitchen floor. Rip it out. Let's get new ones. The bathroom had a huge jacuzzi tub. We ripped it out and put a new one. Come on, a walk-in shower. But I could not do that on my Delta Airlines income. Hello? No. I mean, there's no way. I would have never been home. I could never make more money. I would be gone all the time. I had 4 kids. We homeschooled them. Guys, I'm telling you what, you just got to get an urgency. You got to get a pit in your stomach that you say, you know what, this is it. I'm going to draw a line in the sand. There's no more, I'm not more going to keep farting around. I don't know how else to say it. Stop farting around. Get serious. Get your rear end up and get going. Turn the TV off and get focused. Get laser focused. It's time to rise up. It's time to rise up for your family. Stop worrying about what people are thinking, because they're watching you. They are completely watching you. We have people all the time that we've reached out to that, no, we don't like network marketing. Okay, no problem. Oh my God, you guys are here, you're here. Yeah. Can you believe it was all free? I mean, come on. You gotta just build it. And I say to people that their spouses will not build, if you stop listening to the crybaby, whining, whatever it is you want to call, of the spouse, and you start building, literally building, don't do it 100%, because you don't want your spouse to be so upset with you that you've never gave her time or attention, because us girls like that. You get building, and when the income starts coming in, and you say, honey, you know what? We're going to this party. Let's go get you an outfit. She is going to twist her head and say, where did that money come from? Oh, you know that little sticker business that I was doing, that little sticker? Yeah. Well, last week I made 10,000, that little sticker business. Come on. That's what it might take. But you got to do it. You got to be serious, you know? It was a blessing for Steve and I. We just changed churches, and it was a blessing for us to write a big check to this church we started going to. We just love it. Miracle Word. Jeff is our pastor. I'm telling you, what a blessing it is to be able to write a check and not worry like, Lord, is it going to bounce? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to clear? Is it going to go through? Because you know what? Whatever you have, I'm telling you, when you die, you're not taking it with you. It's going to be you. You're going to go out of here. But there are people that need blessed. There's people, I love what Brooke created, the foundation with David Schmidt for California for the people, and you can be political or whatever, that's okay. But guys, realistically, they lost their homes. So just get over it. We have to help these people. They lost their homes. They have nothing. You have a home you go home to. You have clothes. You have everything. We've got to help these people. We've got to help these people. That's what God put us on Tended for, is to lock arms with people and be a light. We've got to go help these people. We've got to build our businesses bigger than ever so we can bless more people. And not everyone is going to follow you. But let me tell you what, everyone is going to watch you. You got to have that wake-up call, because they will. It doesn't matter what you do.
We got to, when you break out of here, your goal is for you to start building your team. And you got to think team. The thing about a team is, you don't have to be perfect. You just got to build it from your heart. If you just start building it from your heart, you don't have to know everything. The great thing about our business is if you don't know it, it's actually a blessing, because they say, oh my gosh, that's so great. They don't know it all, yeah. But you can always say, hey, I'm going to get to Danny. He's going to help me. Matt Curtis, Scott Brennan. You just go. I'm going to go to ask Scott how this works, and then you bring it back. But you're leading from your heart, because you're just being real. You're being authentic. You're not trying to be somebody that you're not. That's what's a blessing in this business. But you got to start saying, hey, if I got 2 people on my team, I got to start leading those 2 people. Yeah. So you go home and you start saying to them, okay, let's set a goal for you to get manager. And we help them go manager. We set a goal to put 1 million people in. You set your goal for how many people you're going to have by the end of the year. Now you got to say, if you got 10 people here, you should go, and you're the leader. Say, okay, let's set a goal with Devin. How many are you going to have? Let's set a goal with Terry. How many are you going to have? So everybody, you find out that at the end of the day, if you said that I want to bring 100, have 100,000 people in, of that million, and all of a sudden Devin says, no, I want to have 50,000. I mean, then I talked to Jay, he wants 2 million. So, oh my gosh, I got a guy that wants to have 2 million. I only want 1 million, right? So you don't know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of, but you're leading the team, and you don't take anything away from them. You write it down. I don't say to Jay, hey, are you sure? Why don't you only want 500,000? Go for the 2 million. You know what I mean? So
I see Michael Bridges back there. You got this, buddy. Michael Bridges. Let's go. Come on, man. Yeah. Mike Hernandez is your upline. Let's go. You got a great leader, buddy. I love you.
Fired up. It's just so exciting to help friends and make them all make it happen. Again, as we break out of here too, we want to be working. The more unity all of us have, the more togetherness, the more power, the more momentum that's going to happen. So realize, don't ever put Steve and Gina or any of these other elites on a pedestal like, oh my gosh, they're there. And then if they let you down, because we're only human, we're going to let you down. We only can do the best we can possibly do. You just got to realize that if everyone understands and we do the best we can together, and everyone's got each other's back, but you're building your business, we're building our business, everyone's got to take ownership and start implementing. I probably see that's the biggest thing that I see in the business is I pray, because we tried to give you everything you possibly could this weekend, that you can start implementing what the leaders taught you. Not everything, but the first thing is to help another friend go manager, right? Then you take and help them hit the next rank of director. You guide them on, now you know the strategy of the X39, because we spoke to them why we got it. Even David is like saying, I don't know why these other people are talking about all the other patches. I thought that was like, oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, usually he can't. When I first started with him, he couldn't wait to fit on an Eon. But now he's like, I don't know why they're talking about the other patches. Interesting, right? So, point is that now you know the philosophy. the 20 right, 20 left. Don't put anybody on the inside. We taught you the why. You don't want to build more work for you. That probably isn't going to happen anyways because there's too many legs to build. So you understand. So you start teaching your team the 20 right, the 20 left. That's why last year, I don't know what month it was, I went with Andy and Mandy. Danny was there. Everybody was there in Destin, and they were having a training for their team. But believe me, I don't know how many hundred people or hundreds of people were there, okay? A packed country club. But it started by these guys taking one couple by the hand and then taking the next couple by the hand and who they sponsored by the hand and doing the same training they're doing there in front of the masses, but they did it